Welcome back. Of course, you're still watching Rewind with Besa on Converge Media. And look, you guys. Okay, I know that in maybe all cities, but I haven't lived in all cities, so I'm just going to talk about where I live at, okay? I know that in Seattle, when it starts to get warm, there's a lot of gun violence, okay? It's always been that way, and honestly, I remember growing up, it was kind of like a little joke that when the sun came out, there was always going to be guns out, and you just had to be really, really careful because you just never knew what was going to go down. Like, literally, people would be like, it's going to be super hot outside. Maybe I should stay inside because people aren't going to know how to act. And then, honestly, I never really understood why there was so much violence just because it was warm outside. Some people have actually said it's because people are outside and they're chilling outside, and it makes it to where you're in like these big gatherings and you're around more people than you usually would be around. But at the same time, I'm like, that really doesn't make any damn sense. Like, y'all don't go to the club? Like, I don't know. Either way, yesterday alone, there were literally 3 shootings that I actually seen pop up on my phone. One of them happened to be in Tukwila. A guy ended up getting killed, and then it was like around 5 or 6 o'clock, my mom called me because she actually takes the light rail from over there, and she's like, I can't go get my car. I was like, what do you mean you can't go get your car? Like, what is going on? She was like, they have everything blocked off. There was a shooting and somebody died. And I was like, whoa. So literally she had to like walk all the way around somehow in order to get further down to where my aunt could come pick her up and take her home and then come back to get her car later because it was a whole freaking crime scene there. Look, I want to show you guys some news clippings on what the heck has just gone on this week alone. Just this week alone.
One person is dead, another seriously hurt following a shooting in Columbia City that happened this morning. This was near 42nd Avenue South and Angeline Street. Seattle police found a man and a woman on the sidewalk, both with gunshot wounds. They were taken to the hospital where the man later died. It's still not clear what led up to the shooting.
Today, the department says it's dealing with a historic drop in staffing levels and a rise in violent crime. According to Chief Diaz, gun violence has almost doubled since last year, and property crimes are up too.
Mixed in with that Friday night foot traffic, security guards patrol the sidewalks of what used to be the old Bon Marché building. Amazon now takes up a few floors, and tonight we know the employees that are reporting to work here won't be doing so anymore, at least for the time being. In the last month, shootings, including one that killed a 15-year-old boy and other crime along 3rd Avenue, has prompted Seattle police to set up one of its mobile precincts. That violence is why the company says it's pulling out. In a statement, Amazon says, quote, "We are hopeful that conditions will improve and that we will be able to bring employees back to this location when it is safe to do so." Como News also reached out to the mayor's office. We're told, quote, "Mayor Harrell will continue to develop a comprehensive approach to public safety in collaboration with police and safety advocates, community members, service providers, and businesses, including Amazon, to activate, revitalize, and restore downtown for all."
And see, that doesn't even count what the heck happened last weekend, okay? Saturday, I was minding my own damn business, okay? I was at Still Liquor, living my best life like it's freaking golden. I come around the corner and literally cops everywhere. People flooded in the streets all over the place. Guns drawn out, cop freaking pointing a gun at me and my friends trying to get where he needed to go. I was like, what is going on around here? I literally just walked down this freaking corner, turned a small little corner just to get into a freaking lift, or at least stand into another spot where my lift can pick me up. And I'm just in all this freaking commotion. I don't really... See, this is the thing. I'm not one of those people that's within like gang life or gang culture or street life and things of that nature. So shooting up a club is very confusing to me, right? Getting into fights is very confusing to me, right? I've been in one fight in my life outside of relatives of mine, and I was a freshman in college, not a freshman in college, I was a freshman in high school, and some girl literally ran up on me from the back, and she was way bigger than me, so child, she was gonna win anyways. Other than that, child, I don't get in fights. So when I'm hearing about all these shootings, all these robberies. Child, we haven't even talked about the freaking robberies at the pot shops. I just can't help but wonder if the theory is the theory, which is that when it gets warmer, you know, people start shooting a little more. Child, it's not even April. Okay, we're not even in April. We're still in March. It's still raining every couple days. So what the hell is gonna happen in the summertime? And frankly, what is being done to make sure that this is contained in the summertime? The simple fact that since January there's been 77 pot shop robberies is kind of troubling to me, especially because I've heard different things about like people that have, you know, certain offenses, and because there's not a lot of police out nowadays, they're basically letting people off on like small things. Like I ended up reading something a couple months ago, I don't know, it might have been like January, where there was like about 40 people ran up in Target, stole a whole bunch of stuff from Target. The cops chased down all the people, get the stuff back basically, and just give them a warning and let them go. Apparently that's like part of the rules now. Like apparently they can't necessarily arrest you for stealing. And so I'm like, so where's the lesson at in all of this? So let me get this straight. If I want to go steal a bottle of wine, I can steal my wine, simply have to give it back to you and go home. Like I just don't understand. Either way, I bring that up because in one of the robberies, I guess the guys that robbed the pawn shop, child, they actually robbed a pawn shop a couple weeks before, and they literally just put the guys on like house arrest. I think that they ended up cutting off their ankle monitors. If I'm not mistaken, these guys are like 16. They're so freaking young. They're coming in there robbing the freaking pot shop, and don't look, I understand that people say pot shops have all the money. Pot shops got all this cash in there. I understand that, I get that, but let me tell you something. If I go to the dispensary to simply refill my vape pen, I don't want to have to worry about getting robbed, okay? I don't feel that it is fair to me as a citizen of Seattle, Washington, born and raised, by the way, to where I now feel like I gotta watch my back when I go to the freaking dispensary. That video that I played, I'm gonna play this little clip one more time because I want you guys to see the customer that is in there. Not saying that the employees are not important. My point is, it's like basically like going to it's like going to the bank trying to get your freaking money out, mind your business, and all of a sudden the bank is getting stuck up, and then all of a sudden you might get shot in the ankle when you was just trying to get some money to pay your rent or something like that. So check out this little video. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna play it while I'm talking to you guys. I do not want to have to worry about that. And being that these robberies keep popping up every couple days, I'm seeing them all on my freaking phone with all the notifications. I would really love to know what our city council plans on doing about this shit. If anything at all. You know, everyone is so focused on the homelessness in Seattle, which is a ting. It is a ting. It's a little crazy. But I've also seen how sometimes the homeless is treated out here, which is not so great either. My whole thing is, clearly there's something going on to where all these robberies are happening. All of these shootings are happening freaking at the train station. Like, my whole point is, what the heck is gonna be done about this? Is there gonna be like a rally? Is anyone gonna go out and like figure out who's actually causing all these shootings? Who's organizing all of this stuff? And frankly, I've been meaning to Google this. And if you know the answer, please drop it in the comments. What the hell happened to that street czar dude? Wasn't his whole purpose to go out and rally up the troops basically and try to figure out what the heck's going on in the streets so that way we can calm down the gang violence? Like, where did he go? Did he do anything? I mean, don't take no shade. You was able to get a nice little bag if you didn't do anything, but at the same time, it's like, what are we gonna do about this? What are we gonna do about this? I would love to hear something from our mayor. I would also love to hear something from the governor. I would love to hear something from Seattle mayor, Tacoma mayor, and every other mayor that has a crap load of shootings going on in their city and robberies. Because with all due respect, even if you don't care about the pot shop owner, the people that work there don't deserve that. They are just going to work and they're minding their own goddamn business, child. And here you come in there with your guns blazing, roughing everybody up. Like, I'm just curious to know what's going to be done to secure these pot shops a little bit more. Because again, if I want to go refill my vape pen, I don't want to have to worry about that. But being that we've had 77 robberies since January, I kind of have to worry about that. You know? So, yeah. I would love to know what the mayor's going to do about this. What he thinks about this. Who he's actually met with about this. If the street czar is even still active and if he's talked to him about this. And I would also like to know if there's going to be any rallies about this. You know, it's so interesting. Sometimes I don't know. You know what, fuck it. Sometimes I really do feel like it takes way too much for a community to sometimes come together and talk about these things. With all them damn shootings happening on Thursday alone, this weekend, somebody needs to pull together a rally. Somebody needs to gather a conversation. Somebody needs to have some meetings, okay? Even if it's in private, there definitely needs to be some conversations going on. Because this right here doesn't make any goddamn sense. Sorry that was a long rant, but I'm just really confused as to why there's not enough conversation about this. Like, I just feel like I'm not getting enough conversation about this. Like, I don't know if everyone is distracted with Ukraine or what, but with all due respect to Ukraine, there are bullets flying around in my neighborhood right about now too. So we definitely need to clean this up and figure out what the heck is going on and have a conversation. So yeah, I would love to hear from the mayors, see a press release or something, okay? Figure out what these police chiefs plan on doing and figure out what community leaders plan on doing. I would love to see that within the next 72 hours. With that being said, that was a very long rant. I'm gonna go get me some water. And while I go get me some water, we're gonna go to a commercial break. That way you can go get you some water too. Of course, stay locked to the Rewind with Besa.
What's up, everybody? This is Eric Calligraphy, the co-founder, co-creator, and creative director of the Beloved King County campaign. Welcome to 206 Liminal Studios for the Roses and Collage Interactive Art Activation. There's 1,500 roses here, a rose for every shot fired last year. We have hung these roses up in remembrance of some of the people we lost, and some of the people that have been injured, and all the people that were in danger of a shot fired. Roses are beautiful, man. Roses are an act of kindness, an act of love, and you can give a rose to somebody at any time, it'll make them smile. Now, can you imagine that if every shot fired was an actual positive interaction between 2 people, 3 people, 4 people? Instead of ducking a gunshot, you were getting a rose to say that you're amazing. And that's what this activation is about. The Beloved campaign is an anti-gun violence campaign where we are shifting the narrative of how we deal with gun violence. We usually talk about gun violence as a criminal action or a charge, but we are looking at it more as a disease, as a sickness that we can get better from if we use the proper medication.